good afternoon, wherever the case may be. Welcome to Three Crones and the Woo Woo. I am one of your three hostesses, Gayle Nicholson, with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting, all around miracle making queen. Over here, I have Krista Ducharme, intuitive healer, teacher, and life coach from Dimensional Healing with Krista. And of course, we stand on the backs of Joanne Angel Barry Colon, certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader with Wholistic Fitness New York. Hello, ladies. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Good.
I'm great. It's an awesome Tuesday. How are you guys doing back there? Only halfway through and still, partway through the day. I'm on that tail end.
The tail end of the day. That's right. It's
Remember?
still like
We're
9
time
o'clock for
traveling.
you, right? Yeah.
Actually, no, it's still 8. We
Still
still
8.
have I think it's this upcoming weekend that I finally spring ahead.
Awesome.
Which I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily looking forward to. It's always the spring ahead that just kind of makes me go, uh-huh.
Right? Totally.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful day. We had more spring-like weather today, so I enjoyed that aspect of it. And yeah.
Joanne,
Yeah,
how
are
about
you
you? Are you
doing?
getting spring down in New York?
Yes, we are getting spring. I mean, I don't think it's quite like 60, 70 yet, but yeah, we are in spring. The sun is out. At least this morning when I got up, it was not because I got up a little earlier than my norm, which I was not a happy camper about. But any case, I had to do it. So I did it. But yeah, the sun's out now and it's definitely looking up. Like eventually there's going to be some short weather coming in, which I'm very excited about. So that just means I have to work my legs really, really, really hard so they can be prepared and ready for the short season.
I love it. I love it. Shorts. Shorts are the bane of my existence. I have this adorable little waist, forgive my conceit. And then I've got these thighs the size of trucks. So so short season sends me into like I'm triggered.
That's because you're like how tall? 4 foot what?
4'8". So I have
Yeah.
just as much muscle as Krista does, but shorter bones to attach to. So I got a lot of torque, but it bunches up right around the top of the thighs and the butt and all that. Anyways, but my weather's great.
Well, that's good.
Actually, I went outside just before we got together today for the show, and it's very, very overcast. And I'm like, oh, now I get why I feel like I'm a cotton-headed ninny muggins, because there's clouds in my head.
Mm.
So yeah, that's kind of how it is going around right now. I want to say hello to Tracy Paquin, who has just joined us. Thanks for being here. I can't wait to see who else is going to show up today. Let's see, where to begin. This has been kind of an interesting week, hasn't it?
Yes.
Isn't every week an interesting week?
Well, yes, fair enough, but some more so than others. How has it shown up for you in your world, Krista?
For me in my world, I am so happy that I'm done with the headache or headaches or whatever the hell they were of last week. So Joanne, I want you to know I was like, yeah, seriously, Mars, you need to get out of my head. But yeah, so yesterday it kind of yes, I've been feeling just the way you said, your head is cloudy. What is it? A
Cotton-headed
cotton-headed
ninny muggins. It's from Elf, the movie.
Okay, there you go. So I will tell you that's kind of the way I've been feeling, very airy and very today is a little bit more grounded and focused, thankfully, because I needed to get stuff done. But yeah, it's been for a week where we don't have anything in retrograde and we don't have any really high energies. I'm like, I should feel like I'm accomplishing a whole heck of a lot more. And my daughter should not be the emotional roller coaster she is. Now, I will caveat all of this with the fact that the news says Europe is going to go into another lockdown. People, we haven't left lockdown. So we're just like, really? When did we leave this alleged lockdown? Because we've been in lockdown. I mean, we've just started opening up where you can go to a store with an appointment. And yeah, so it's a bit kind of, we realize that there's all this crazy. So that's how crazy is showing up for us in our lives, Nice. But on an upside, Kevin's getting his first COVID shot tomorrow. So that is a relief. Genevieve and I are not, but Kevin is, and I'm okay with that.
Are you sure about that? Because I hear the second COVID shot is horrible for some people, and we all know how the man flu goes. So
yes,
are you really okay with it?
I will be, because I'm going to juice that sucker up with Reiki.
There you go. There you go.
I'm going to juice him up. I'm going to be like, dude, seriously? All right, we're going on no alcohol for a week, and we're going to just do Reiki meditation, and I am going to slather you in essential oils.
There you go.
And lots of love.
My method. And then lots of love. But yeah, no. And for me, it's just like, oh, okay.
Do you ever do the cut onion in the bedroom trick?
We did. We used to do that all the time,
Joanne,
the time when the kids were little.
What I'm talking about?
Not the cut onion, but I am aware about the cut orange.
Okay.
So
I'm not aware about the cut orange.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same thing.
But the onion we used to do. So the onion, whenever we had colds or bugs or anything, I'd slice onions and put them throughout the house, especially in the bedroom. But with Kevin's allergy to garlic and onion, yeah, I don't do that.
I gotcha.
Yeah, no, that would be a problem.
Yeah, well, the idea, Joanne, behind the cut onion is that an open onion will literally suck bacteria out of the air.
Yep.
Okay.
So when you have, like one of those bronchial type of illnesses with a lot of sludge in it, and you're just like a wreck in bed, cut onion beside the bed will kind of purify the air of all the stuff that you're breathing out as you're getting better. So you're not breathing it back in. That's my theory on it. All I know is it sucks up bacteria, which is why you never, ever put cut onion back in the fridge. And any onions that you see out at a buffet are suspect because they are pulling bacteria out of the air constantly. Yeah.
Yep, always.
Good to know.
Yeah, they're little sponges. So people always suspected that it was mayonnaise that would make you ill, right? From egg salad, tuna salad. No, it's the onions. Yeah, I don't know if Tracy's on still. She's our HACCP queen. Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, when we ever learned that, she just, and at the time we learned that, we were still, my mom was still had a catering business. And so, it made catering very interesting after that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I don't work in the kitchen anymore.
Right?
But yeah, what's the orange?
Yeah,
Joanne?
tell us about that.
A similar process. You slice them up, and it's actually used for feng shui. It's an energy process. When either you are going to be moving into a new space, you want to energetically clear the energy with the orange, and then also the orange represents wealth. So you place orange peels in every corner of every room, and you keep it in. I believe it's 7 days from the time before you move in to cleanse the energy of the room, and B, also bring abundance into the home.
See, now,
Wow.
I've done the orange peel things before,
Mm-hmm.
but I hadn't heard like cut oranges, but it totally makes sense to me.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
there's
Yeah.
a
So-
freshness to the citric acid in it that,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and in Japan and China, well, I know Japan and I know in China and Korea from my experience of being there, that at the end of your meals, you're served oranges.
Yes.
And that is for for the prosperity, good health, good wealth, long life and abundance and all these wonderful things. And that, when you first start receiving them at the end of your meal, you're kind of like, well, that's an interesting way, but no, it's very, very traditional.
Yes.
And a lot of very extremely auspicious. That's the word that they use to just encapsulate all of that prosperity.
Mhm.
And yeah, I kind of miss it actually I love being back in Europe and living in Europe, but that was one of those really cool aspects of living in Asia.
Mhm.
I haven't received that or something or that type of tradition or custom.
Mhm.
I mean, every country has their own traditions and custom, but that kind of was one that always stuck out. And they like it in if it has leaves, that's that elevates the
Yes.
the wealth and the abundance. So yeah, that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'd never heard of that idea. I love that. That's very sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah. And
So so the energy, how's it affecting you, Miss Joanne? Or I'm the only one, or am I the only one who's crazy?
I
may be,
don't know.
you may be the only one that's normal.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know if I can actually say the energy itself is influencing me in any way, but I do definitely know that I'm aware that there's a lot of energy going on, because clients are, every other day I have a client who is either letting me know they have, excuse the expression, diarrhea of the mouth now.
Yeah.
Or they have a headache, or they have something going on,
Mhm.
and of course I'm constantly pulling out my emotional book and saying, okay, well, let's tackle what the problem is on an emotional level, as opposed to referring to it as medical, like, oh my God, I'm sick. You're not sick. There's energy going on. I mean, anytime I believe that we shift, whether it's seasons or we shift an astrological sign, we are going to feel the shift within our system.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree.
Aries is associated with the head. So those who have Aries in their chart, sun, moon, or rising, or even the opposition sign, which would be Libra, will feel the pressure in their head, whether it's pressure where it's overwhelmness, or pressure where they feel just like numb or out of sorts, dizzy, disoriented, not focused. Anything that, again, when you think about the head, drop it down into the root chakra to help you ground the energy, because being in the head a lot. And that's just the energy of Aries. And we only just entered Aries. We're going to be here for a little while. So therefore, many, again, who carries Aries energy in their chart may very well experience the discomforts in their head. So key component would be just to allow them to drop down into their root chakra and do whatever they need to do, so they don't have,
So I have to look in my chart, and actually I have actually a PDF for each of us, right? Everyone in the family. And I really need to look to see how Aries affects any and all of us, because I have to say that we definitely felt that here. How about you, Gayle? You said I was normal. So
well, in looking at some things that have been impacting me, like I have this one app that I use for my daily. Well, I have two apps I use for my daily horoscopes, and one of them has the transits of the day, and then the other one has like longer term transits. Well, I had a boatload of transits all complete on the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't necessarily getting the Aries headaches. I'm Libra, so I'm anti-Aries, so to speak. But I was getting a lot of chaos. I was getting high-pitched tones, and all of that. And then yesterday, around noonish, I sat down and I kicked out this project that I've been resisting for almost 2 months. It looks fabulous. All I need to do now is just the copy for it. And I'm really, really impressed with how it came out. But I was so in the zone yesterday. And it just, for me, it feels like something literally has been moved. Right?
Oh, cool.
But here's the other interesting thing. I also took this class and it had this clearing treatment thing. It was a 5D thing with Corey Michelle. And within like 3 hours after that class, where you're shifting from, evidence-based reality and, living to fulfill other people's intentions and stuff like that, into the 5D where you're like, I want this, and poof, it shows up, right? Mm-hmm. So I do this thing, and within 3 hours of it, my partner tells me that we are officially broken up. He doesn't like me, he doesn't trust me, and he's not even sure if he loves me. My daughter told me she's completely okay if I want to leave town and leave the state. And the next day I received a summons to go to court for an issue that's ongoing. So I'm not sure if I really like this new reality that I'm in, but I sure am getting a lot more done.
Oh my Lord.
Lord.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like, is it weird over there for you guys? Or, what Pandora's box have I opened?
No, I can say that is wow. Yeah. But I think if my son Zachary's watching, he'd probably be like, Gayle, I totally can relate. Because he's kind of having one of those. He's like, Mom, I feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience. Maybe it's just I want it to be an out-of-body experience.
Yeah, those thoughts have popped over my mind the last couple of days. Now, mind you, things have kind of stabilized since then. I think maybe because I went, And interestingly enough, this also happened once I got the selenite slabs returned from the engraver and have them all out on my desk in my office.
Yes.
So we just basically put a nuclear blast behind that class.
Yeah.
And I was a little overwhelmed. Oh, you want to see? Do you guys want to see the new
I do
slabs?
actually. I mean, I saw him in the sunlight when you took the photo.
Yeah.
But I'm wicked stoked about them.
So,
yes.
Norma's popped in. She's like, when it rains, it pours. Yes, that is so true.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you may or may not be able to see this very well because when the light hits it.
Oh, wait,
right
there
way.
it is. There.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
here's Luna to say hello.
Hi,
Hold on.
Luna.
Luna also is saying hello.
You may not be able to see that very well, but it's really cool because when the light hits it a certain way, the Three Crones logo pops right out. And if the light doesn't hit it the right way, it's just a slab that you can put any crystals that you like. Or let's high power some M&Ms.
Oh, there you go.
There
I
we
want
go.
a high power M&Ms.
Right? Green and yellow, money and happiness.
I really would love those.
It's not 3D. You cannot touch it.
So yeah, we're trying to figure out exactly how to give these out to you audience members.
That's it.
So we three Crones will keep the first three. Our sponsor will get the first other that aren't us, like the fourth. And then I've got a half a dozen or so to give away as presents all to you. So we will put our heads together. If you guys have any ideas that you would like to do as a contest kind of thing, let us know. It'd be freaking awesome. And we'll figure out how to get these into your hot little hands as soon as possible.
That's it. Yeah. For those who want to know what the Three Crones emblem or logo is, Gayle shared it with the welcome earlier.
Yeah.
So that's what's on there. And it kind of actually was a collaboration that it was like, hey, this is kind of what we're thinking. I threw something over to her. She threw something back to me. And this is what we came up with. And it was like, hey, we both went, wow, we actually like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Joanne's like, it works.
Yeah, Joanne's like, I have no objections.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's all good.
There we go. It's all good. But
It's all good.
we're wicked stoked. I'm really excited about those. And selenite in that abundance can bring forth a lot of craziness.
Well, and here's another thing that I should have mentioned and I didn't. These are what's called translucent selenite. I mean, you can see through them. These are not your common everyday selenite. These are different. You normally cannot see through them. So
those are really, and that's
really
awesome.
high powered stuff. So yeah. All right. Let's find out what the stars have to say. Joanne, you ready to go?
Yes, except I figure I'd do something a little different today.
Okie dokie.
Being that there is so many people feeling a little out of sorts with all this crazy energy that has come in since we've changed seasons. Some of us have changed the clocks. We've changed astrological signs. So we might be feeling a little out of sorts. So I figured I'd bring my friends in and shuffle the deck and see what one chakra can help us today. Now, of course, we all know that if we only focus on one chakra, that's just a part of it. The idea is to really focus on all of them, clear the energy, constantly clearing the energy. But starting with one is better than not doing it at all. So all I like for everybody to do right now is just think about something that you want to clear out. And the chakra that's going to show up is going to be the chakra you're going to focus on to clear out that something. And it doesn't have to be anything intense, and it can be. It could be about clearing out your entire house if you want. So just take that, hold that thought, and let's see what shows up for us. All right. So interesting that this damn card shows up now, because I did a cosmic energy forecast this morning, which was one of the reasons why I figured we needed something a little different today. The same card popped up. Same damn card is here. So the chakra that we all need to focus on, and obviously we need to focus on it because it showed up early today. Third eye. How are we seeing things? Are we only recognizing all the crazy and heaviness? And how can we turn that light up so we can start seeing the blessings and the gratitude of things? Because yes, things can be heavy and dark and intense if that's what we're focusing on. But if we turn that rock over and look at the other side, there could be something really exciting to focus on for the day. So third eye, and as I said earlier, and Gayle knows this better than I do, tapping and allowing yourself to tap into the energy to release the energy that might be blocking the third eye from doing what it's meant to do. The affirmation is focus. So the key component is, what are we focusing on? Are we really focusing on all the heaviness? Or can we really sit back and say, we've moved into spring. Some of us has changed our clock, so we have more daylight. And now we're in April Aries season, which is exciting. And when we think about the number 1 and 3, which matches the Aries April energy, which is 4. It's all about our foundation. What do we, each and every one of us individually, want to create in our foundation? And then what do we collectively want to create in our foundation? And help each other, support one another in what it is we are looking to create in the foundation. So utilizing the energies that we do have with the moon today, which I believe the moon is sitting in, if I'm not mistaken, I think the moon is in Cancer energy right now. Mars, which today is Tuesday, ruled by Mars energy, which is all about taking action and even being a little aggressive about it, because that's what Mars energy is. In addition to April's energy, which when we think about Aries is about, it's fire. It's let's get up and do things. This is no longer about let's sit on our behind. This is about moving. And today's a great day to do that, where you have Mars to help out with that energy and what you're focusing on. So if you haven't yet set your intention for the day, I invite you to do that now and use this amazing energy to help you, because the next time we have Mars energy like this won't be again until next Tuesday, because it only shows up once a week. So use today's energy, use your third eye, clear out any cobwebs that's up in the third eye, and focus on the things you want to create, and focus on the blessings, even though they might be very small. No matter how small or big, there's still a blessing. And use today's energy to help you out. So that's what I thought we needed today.
Awesome. It fits really beautifully, though, because today's number is 4, right?
Yes. The entire energy of today, and I had mentioned this in my live this morning, when we think about the overall energy for today, when you add it all up, you got the 23, which is actually a 5. A 5, which is about the things we have to change, but having the courage to change the things. And the unpredictability, which is showing up a lot in my life today. And it's my word for the day. I'm like, I've used the word unpredictability twice today. If I have to use it again anytime later, I've had enough friendship with it for the day. Now I'm ready to go to the side. I like to have a little more predictability going on in my life. So when you add our numbers for today, the 23, the 3, and then 20, 21, which is your 5, you do get a 13, which is a 4. Mm-hmm. So, and you also may shuffle the cards. So I don't make this shit up.
Yeah, that is so true. People don't get it when we play with the cards. And that's when you're at play. At least when I work with my Oracle decks, I don't know about you two ladies. For me, it's at play. I go in with a curious mind. I go in with an open mind, and I go in asking typically what questions, like what is it that I need to know for today, or, like you did, and you share. And it is amazing what shows up, whether it's your deck with your numerology. I mean, that's spot on. Whether it's a crystal, like yesterday I did a crystal spread on dimensional healing. And I was pulling the cards live. I mean, I'm like pulling them live, and I'm like going, holy snap. Mm-hmm. Because you don't, but yet it's amazing how it just speaks right to you,
Yes. Yeah, exactly. In fact, yesterday I did the cosmic energy forecast, the astrological forecast for all 12 signs. And it was so amazing on how, with each sign, the energies that came through for each person and how powerful it was. So anyone who's interested in checking that out, all they need to do is go over to my YouTube channel, which is, what is my YouTube channel? Wholistic Fitness Barry Colon. You can check yesterday's cosmic energy astrological forecast. It's quite interesting, I'd have to say.
Oh, I'm going to go check that out later.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for all of that, Joanne. I think that this is really good going forward this week. And I'm starting to get used to not having anything in retrograde, I think.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Well, and we have a few more weeks of that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
maybe I'm making this up, but it's like as soon as everything came out of retrograde, everything else started grumbling around me, and it's like, could we have a little balance for the Libra, please? At least one or two of you go out again.
And I think that it's kind of a shock. So if you think about the way, and Joanne can correct me if I'm incorrect, if I'm wrong, but I felt like the end of 2019, all the way through 2020, I felt like we were constantly in retrograde. Something was in retrograde. I was being barraged with retrograde, and I'm like, because I stabilize.
I think because if I'm not mistaken. And remember, guys, I have to, make this statement. I am a student of astrology, so I claim not to know everything. Okay, just to be clear. But yes, I believe back in 2019, 2020, we had 7, not just 1, not just 2, but we had 7 planets in retrograde. If not all at the same time, within a certain period of time. 7 planets went retrograde between 2019 to 2020. Yeah. It was no joke. It was very intense. And we all felt it, as we should have, because that's what retrogrades are all for. It's there for us to reflect and get to know who we are on a deeper level. In addition to this, and I call it the super pandemic. That's it. The super pandemic that, sort of like, stopped us all in our tracks. So we could figure out who the hell we really are and what we're really supposed to be doing, without all the running around, like all the moms out there who feel that they need to take their kids to every sport game that they could possibly be involved in and never have time to sit down and have dinner with the family. That all stopped for 1 year. How amazing. So the energy, Krista, you were definitely right on the money. There was a lot of energy, a lot of retrogrades at one time. It was like, oh my God, we're gonna have another one. Oh my God, we're gonna have another one. And then back in February, this past February, we had 7 planets in Aquarius energy. Goodness gracious, like really? So if we're not getting hit one way, we're getting hit another way. And it's just like, oh my Lord, I'll just stay in bed, put the covers over my head and call it a day. Yeah. But we can all shake it off now because we have no planets in retrograde. And we only have currently, if I'm not mistaken, we only have 3 planets that are in Aries, 3 or 2 planets that are in Aries energy right now. But that's going to change very shortly. So prepare.
I can't wait.
I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. Wait, I'm not even sitting. I'm standing.
Yes. We will have several planets moving into Aries energy, I believe by between the 1st and 2nd week of April. So it's gonna be fun.
Yay! All right. Not that I want to stick my head in the sand about that, but hey, Krista, how's things going?
In the world of crystals? Well, at least you know me. I'm a little bit more grounded.
Right. So you got some raw Morganite to talk to us about today.
I do. So this stone, I have to start this with a story. One, the story is you all, for those who are new, and we have quite a few, it looks like newbies. I selected the 22 crystals from this deck. So you know where it is I selected from. And all I did is I had shuffled the deck and then I kept shuffling and selecting, right? So I didn't really pick it with any intention other than universe, tell me what we're going to need. And it was really interesting. In my head, I knew that raw Morganite was coming. And I kept going, I don't know if I've ever worked with raw Morganite. You know, when you have that in the back of your mind, it's like you've heard of a crystal, and then you're like, do I own this? You know, because once you dive into this crystal world, I'm not going to say everyone is like me, but if you get bit by it, you have a tendency to buy bulk, right? Bulk items. And you'll like place this arbitrary order, on Etsy or eBay or whatever it may be. And you'll be like, well, let's see what the surprise is that comes in. And I don't do it often, but I'll every now and again, especially if I feel really drawn to that particular seller, and I'll maybe buy a bulk order. And there was a time where I was looking for some very specific things, and I was looking for specific sizes for a class I was teaching. And I was in Australia at the time, and I ordered several different bulk orders from different people. And it was, and stuff comes in, and I would sort out, looking for exactly what I wanted. I'd sort it out, and I'd put other things to the side and put it away. Well, it was really funny because the other day I'm like, raw Morganite. I'm like, I need to look that up again. I really need to kind of, understand what this is. And I look it up and I see the picture and I go, wait a minute. I have this. So I have this. This is one of those ones that I got in one of those bulk orders.
Nice.
Where is it? So thankfully, I didn't have to dig too far or for too long. And I found it. And I remember this because I kept asking myself, is this rose quartz? Now, this is an awful, I cannot get a good image, and I won't be able to because of the way my lighting is set. See, that looks really clear. It is not. Look at the photo I had put up on 3 Crones in the Woo Woo, and you'll see it. It is a light pink, right? And it is translucent. Now, we can't really see it. I did a video where I had better lighting, so you could see it yesterday. I did it. Oh, you can see that just slightly at the bottom. You can see my finger. Yep. But so Morganite is a beryl. Okay, rose quartz, which is, here it is. I'm going to show you. Rose quartz is a quartz. And the difference between rose quartz and the Morganite is the Morganite, because it's a beryl, is more translucent than this rose quartz is. Now, that's not to say you can't get translucent rose quartz, but they both work the heart energy, right? The heart chakra. We'll say it's the heart chakra, but actually it's the upper heart, which is just slightly above where the thymus is. That's where your upper heart is. But we're going to focus on this. The other thing is Morganite comes in a couple of colors. This one is like a light blue green. And this one, which I had, funny enough, in that bulk shipment. I'm like, I was so excited when I realized, because I couldn't ID these. And I'm like, that's what this is. It's Morganite. So I've been having fun with this ever since. It dawned on me that this is what it is. And this is a pink. So Morganite, it has a really interesting story. Okay, so I have to share this with you. So Morganite is, like I said, it's a beryl. You can get it. It's pinky, peachy. You can find it also a purpley pink. And then, of course, it's this bluey color as well. It is a beryl. It's actually quite hard. It's a 7.5 to an 8.0. So which is really cool. And Morganite was found in Madagascar in 1902. That isn't what makes it really interesting. What is really interesting is Morganite was named after the financier and mineral collector J.P. Morgan. Oh, and we all know who J.P. Morgan is, yes?
Titan of industry.
Yes. Yeah. And so that is where Morganite came from. And it can be found in, of course, Madagascar, Brazil. It's been found in Africa as well as the United States. And so I thought that it was a really cool, it's a really fun crystal to be working with. One of the things that it harmonizes with, and I think is really kind of significant because it's come up recently for us, is so crystals have other crystals that they really work well with. And a couple of them that are mentioned in this particular book is that it works well with watermelon tourmaline, which was the crystal of the week not so long ago.
Okay.
And it works well with, of course, rose quartz and emerald. It works well with a couple of other ones, but those I thought were really kind of cool because they've come up as our crystal of the week here recently. In terms of supporting our heart and our emotion. And so in the aspect that makes it really unique is they hit the same energy center, but they kind of do different jobs. And that the more you learn, or if you're interested in crystals and the more you learn about crystals, that's one of those intricacies that you start to understand is how they actually, they may represent the same area, the heart or the solar plexus, or, you know, your third eye or your crown chakra or your root, but they kind of pull something different or add something separate than one of the other crystals does. So what makes the Morganite work, I find interestingly, one is it's a water element. That's what it connects with. But the other aspect is it acts as a cleanser to our energy that represents our heart energy. So whereas the rose quartz brings us into a place of compassion, self-love, loving others, and, you know, this whole giving to ourselves and giving to other kind of energy, Morganite comes in and says, you know, yeah, I'm going to come in, I'm going to clear this shit out. So let's get it on. And you know what I mean? So it comes in and it just kind of clears it out. And this particular piece is really fun. You guys have crystals that you hold, and like your finger, whether it's your thumb or your pointy finger, one of your fingers just like connects to part of it, and you kind of feel yourself rubbing it. Yeah, that's what's been happening with me in this piece.
Why
of
did
Morganite.
that seem dirtier than it was meant to be?
Because your mind is going into all kinds of places.
Yes.
You go, girl.
Well, she went from her mind and dropped down to her sequel. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, you know, and that's all it. You know, I'm like, I was just about to say, we were just twerking in the kitchen. So, hey, girl. Genevieve was wearing her narwhal suit. Wherever she wears her narwhal suit, she has to twerk.
I love it.
You know, and she had it on, and we're like, and so she's, Mom, like, we got to twerk.
Yeah,
so we were working that butt. There you go, girl.
Nice. Nice.
But so it's a really good one. And so not only does it cleanse, it helps with our fears. Wow, I just switched hands. Interesting what just happened, because I brought up fears, and all of a sudden this wash of energy just kind of, so I don't know who I'm helping release their fear for, but you're welcome. Because it helps with the fear, the resentment, the anger, and even the happy-go-lucky people like me, we do carry that. We do get really angry. We do have fears, and we do carry resentment. So this is a great thing to have with you. The other thing I'm reading is that it helps with attachment to past relationships that ended badly. That could be very interesting for anybody who's leaving a relationship that's ending badly. I do not wish that upon anybody. But Morganite is also referred to as the pink emerald. You'll find that it is used in rings a lot. As a matter of fact, when I was looking at Morganite yesterday and Sunday, I kept finding rings.
I was going to ask you about that too.
Yeah, and I kept finding rings and I'll tell you what, there's some gorgeous Morganite rings. And it was really interesting. One of the articles I read about Morganite, here's something really kind of cool. Do you know it is actually a favored engagement ring stone?
Yep. Yep. Which makes absolute sense since it helps detaching from previous relationships that ended badly.
Yes. It is. And I was just blown away by that aspect. I was like, that is absolutely phenomenal. Mm-hmm. So this is a fantastic stone to work with. If you're needing to clear your love energy for yourself, for those around you, your community, and you need to let go of fear, this is a great stone. And it comes from a place of being heart-centered rather than a place, of energy center. So it is a different kind of energy that you're working with. Nice. So that's what I have to say on Morganite.
I love it. I'm really glad that you did mention the rings and stuff, because that's the only way that I've really ever been exposed to Morganite is in these beautiful polished pseudo wedding rings, engagement ring kind of things. So it's like, answer this for me. Do you know of any difference in how raw Morganite behaves as opposed to after it's been faceted and cut and polished?
No, I really don't. Here's my whole, anytime a stone is touched, it carries the energy of the person that touched it. Mm-hmm. So if it is, if a miner is mining and they're doing it unethically, in the ethic aspect can be something that can be monumental, or it can be very little, but you're going to feel that energy, right? Yeah. If a person who's cutting and polishing a stone, I always find the ones I'm attracted to are cut and polished from a place of love, a place of care, a place of connection. Yeah. And so that's the only difference that I understand. I have not seen, to the best of my knowledge, I have not seen at least in person, a polished Morganite stone. But I will tell you this, I am now on the lookout because the stuff that I saw was amazing just online. Mm-hmm. So now for me, I don't want to say it's a mission, but I will be looking for it because this is becoming, I'm having a little bit of a love affair with this stone now.
I definitely need a piece of that.
Yeah.
I'll have to see.
I'll tell you. Yeah, you'll have to. I don't know if this is one she's been able to get a hold of. But yes, I have kyanite on from her right now.
Oh, very nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice.
No plug for Sue at Class Act Import.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I've completely airheaded today. Right? I have not even mentioned her. So, yes, please go visit Sue over at Class Act Imports. She has amazing stuff over there, mostly Baltic amber, but she has some beautiful stuff in other styles as well, other stones, different pieces of jewelry that are absolutely gorgeous. And she has been one wonderful sponsor to have, very supportive of everything that we've done, and we absolutely love her. And only one of us has to,
Yeah,
but I want to.
I'm obligated, but
Right.
by choice also.
Yeah, but look at what she is. Oh, and you ladies can't see this, but our guests can. She is contributing this week's prize to our audience, and they are gorgeous little, almost like teardrop Baltic amber earrings, and they're just freaking gorgeous. So thank
like
you,
cherry.
Sue. Yeah, they're cherry Baltic amber. Thank you very much, Sue, for choosing to contribute that to our weekly giveaway this week. So you know the rules, you know the routine. If you would like to be entered into our weekly giveaway, please like this post, comment on this post, and share this post. And just for good measure, please make sure that you post in the comments, that you have shared it, because they don't always show to me depending on your privacy settings. So if you have your settings set pretty tight so that for your privacy, no problem. Please just pop a word in there, shared, in the comments so that we know that you did. All right. So
invite friends also.
Yes.
We like getting new viewers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you would like to join the contest, please do that. Any given week, you could be the winner. All right. So thanks for reminding me about that, Krista. I'm just like going along, enjoying the show. Yeah.
Well, we've been having too much fun. That happens with all of us.
It does. And we haven't really mentioned underwear at all this episode. So.
No,
You're being so good. I thought we turned a new leaf.
Yeah, no. No. All right, so let's talk this week a little bit about pulling your desires into reality. And, as always, here's my standard disclaimer. I always look at whatever Krista has decided is the crystal of the week and energetically kind of tap into it and see what it wants to share with us as far as the message, right? And it's been very, very interesting because, talking about Morganite and talking about pulling your desires into reality and having the experience that I had this past weekend where I did this class and did this clearing, and then poof, all of a sudden I was like fired from my life. I was released from all of the people that I go, but they love me but they need me. And everybody was just like, no, you're good. Go flit, do something. Get out of my face for a while. Right. And so I'm like really inside of this experience of, okay, I say I want this until the barriers get out of the way so that I could actually have that, right? The fear comes in like Krista was talking about. It's almost like we've got this, wagon of our desires out there and we're just trying so hard to pull it. And it gets to a certain point and there's this transparent aluminum wall, plexiglass, glass, that you just can't get that cart through that wall, right? So then it becomes incumbent upon us to take a look at what is that wall made of, okay? What's it really made of? Is it made of, something as strong as, like you were talking about, the barrel, 7 to 8 on the Mohs scale? It's going to take something to break that wall. Or maybe your wall's made out of sugar. Throw a little water on it, it'll disintegrate, right? Or shit. They both do the same thing.
They both start with S, right?
Yeah. That was true.
Throwback comment. My friends used to tease me when we were younger. My siblings actually, that would be like, "Oh, it's raining," and they'd say, "Well, which are you, sugar or shit? If you're neither, you're not gonna melt."
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, pulling your desires to you, taking a look at what that wall is made of. Most of the time, that wall is made of a hologram, a complete fucking illusion. It's not even there. It just looks like it's there. because it's made up of these things like fears, false evidence appearing real, or FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh, they have that. I must want that too, right? Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. It's okay. Maybe they're based on, avoiding something that you think would be absolutely horrible. Also, an aspect of fear, but it's an avoidance fear as opposed to an experience fear, right? So in looking at those things, I'll give you my inside tip on how to make the wall fall. You ready? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for everything that you ever did that went wrong. Forgive yourself for everything that you didn't do that ended up giving you consequences because of not doing that. Forgive yourself for not already being on the other side of that wall. Forgive yourself for anything that pops up in another person so that you can look at it while blaming them for it. But it's really a mirror of you, right? Yeah. When you can choose forgiveness in each and every moment, the bricks that make up those walls destabilize. They fall away. They don't build on top of each other with every new fearful thought. Mm-hmm. You start to understand that it's not, these distraction words of worthiness or deservingness are all BS distractions. Are you alive? Yes. You deserve love. You deserve enough, and you deserve to be part of a community. That's it. Nothing you could ever have said, done, or thought can take that away. The simple fact that you are living and breathing means that you deserve the basics, including to have your desires and your dreams come true. It's that simple. Then there's just the actions to go forward and do it. So I invite you all to sit in meditation this week and consider that wall that's in between you and those desires that you're desperately trying so hard to pull to you. And take a look at what those bricks are made out of, those transparent aluminum bricks that make up that wall. Take them apart. Take a look at them. Forgive yourself. Throw it away. Watch it disintegrate. They're not real. And apparently that's all they have to say to you, because everything else just flew right out of my head.
Just went away.
Poof, we're done. We're done. Okay, got it. Thank you. So I definitely encourage you all to do that though this week. Take a look at what's really in the way. What would you have to give up in order to open the door that's in that wall that you never even saw? Right? All right. So let's see. This week's gift, we showed that a minute ago, but I'm going to entice you a little bit again. These earrings are absolutely freaking gorgeous. Donated from Sue at Class Act Imports for your wearing pleasure next week. So make sure that you like, comment, and share this post in order to be included in that drawing. We draw the name on Friday night. All right. Now, I want to say thank you once again to our sponsors, Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista. You can find that on Facebook. Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. That's me, Gayle Nicholson. And Wholistic Fitness New York with Joanne Angel Barry Colon. Of course, hat tip to GayleNicholson.com that allows us to do this for you each and every week. And make sure you tell your friends you can watch us everywhere on YouTube, on Facebook, or on GayleNicholson.com. And please do. Alrighty. One last wave goodbye to all of you who've joined us today. Thank you again for being here. Tracy, Norma, Sue, appreciate everything that you do to support us. Thank you so much. And everybody have a fantastic week. Bye now.